D.B. Cooper, the man who hijacked a plane and vanished forever. On the afternoon of November 24, 1971, a quiet, well-dressed man walked into Portland International Airport. He wore a black suit, a white shirt, a thin black tie, and dark sunglasses. He bought a one-way ticket to Seattle under the name Dan Cooper. No one knew it at the time, but this ordinary-looking man was about to create one of the greatest mysteries in American history. The flight was Northwest Airlines Flight 305, a short trip that usually took less than 30 minutes. Cooper sat calmly in the back of the plane, ordered a bourbon and soda, and lit a cigarette. He appeared relaxed, almost bored. Shortly after takeoff, Cooper leaned toward a flight attendant and handed her a small note. At first, she ignored it, assuming it was a phone number. Cooper leaned closer and said calmly, "Miss, you should read that. I have a bomb." Inside the briefcase on his lap were red cylinders, wires, and a battery. Whether it was real or not, no one was willing to take the risk. Cooper made his demands clear: $200,000 in cash. For parachutes, a fuel truck waiting when the plane landed in Seattle. What made Cooper different from other hijackers was his behavior. He was calm, polite, organized. He didn't threaten anyone. He didn't panic. He spoke like a man who had planned every detail. Authorities complied. When the plane landed in Seattle, Cooper allowed all passengers to leave safely. The money and parachutes were delivered. Only Cooper and the flight crew remained on board. Then he made his next move. Cooper ordered the pilots to fly toward Mexico City, staying low and slow. He specifically chose a Boeing 727, a plane with a rear staircase that could be lowered mid-flight, a feature few people even knew about. Outside, the weather was terrible. It was dark, cold, raining, and windy. Below them stretched miles of dense forest. At approximately 8:13 p.m., somewhere over southern Washington, Cooper lowered the rear stairs of the plane. Warning lights flashed in the cockpit. The crew felt a sudden change in air pressure. D.B. Cooper had jumped. He disappeared into the night with a parachute and a bag containing $200,000 in cash. No one saw him land. No one heard from him again. The FBI launched one of the largest investigations in U.S. history. Hundreds of agents, thousands of leads. More than 800 suspects were investigated over decades. Some experts believe Cooper died during the jump, killed by the cold, the darkness, or the rough terrain. Others argue he was an experienced skydiver who knew exactly what he was doing. In 1980, nearly 9 years later, a young boy discovered bundles of Cooper's ransom money buried along the Columbia River. The serial numbers matched. Proved the hijacking was real, but raised even more questions. Why was only part of the money found? Did Cooper survive and lose it? Or was it planted? In 2016, the FBI officially closed the case. No arrests. No confirmed identity. No final answer. More than 50 years later, D.B. Cooper remains the only unsolved skyjacking in American history. He hijacked a plane, took the money, jumped into the darkness, and vanished.